Welcome to another episode of Bank on It. I'm here to talk to Blessing and Navashnee. Come with me. Welcome to another episode of Bank on It, and I'm here with Navashnee and Blessing. Thank you so much for being with me.
Thanks for having us, Koshiek.
Tell me about all the cool stuff that you're busy with at Capitec, Navashnee.
So, focus very much on our client. Part of my portfolio is around understanding how clients behave, understanding the science behind their behavior, and then designing products and services that our clients need. But product and services not just from what we need to launch into market, but products and services that are going to make a significant difference in the lives of our clients, and fueled and powered by insights from them. Yeah.
I don't even want to ask you, Blessing, what do you do?
So I think maybe just to add, it's actually quite an exciting time, I think, for us as a bank. I'm looking back the last 3 years, some of the things we've been able to bring into market. And what excites me the most is we're not just bringing products that are traditionally just bank products. We're really anchoring on beyond banking. So some of the things we've done recently is create a telco product for our clients. So they have Capitec Connect, and now they're able to actually get airtime and data from a Capitec provisions. We also have the ability to give them that access in our branches, so they're able to go to our branches and get access to those services. We have a rewards platform we've created for from our clients as well, so they're able to get Capitec Live Better, which allows them to get rewards as they transact. They don't even have to think about it, they just set it up and it works. But in my day-to-day, what we do is build some of those products across our ecosystem for personal banking clients. And that keeps us very, very busy and very engaged. And our clients tell us now and again that they need more, so we never stop.
I hear you.
And after Blessing builds them and launches them into market, part of my portfolio goes in and the team goes in and we actually measure. So we get the insights, the measurements after that product goes into market, and we send it back into Blessing's world so that they can always iterate on that. So always listening to our client, putting our clients' voices at the forefront.
The burning question I have is, you have millions of clients. That's millions or hundreds of millions of voices.
Yes.
Everyone has opinions on stuff. I love having opinions on products I've never built, because I'm like, please add this. And if only you knew, you'll ask me this. How do you actually distill all of that down, figure out, okay, this is important, this is urgent, this is impactful?
We do have millions of data points, and the data points come from various measurement tools that we use. Social media, we look at complaints data, we look at what clients are actually saying in our branches, what our staff are saying, and then we look at, between Blessing and me, we've put together what we called a health model across our products and services. So we have around 24 different data points, and from there it actually gives us themes. And it says, okay, maybe 60% of complaints for this month, or unhappiness or sentiment reduction, is coming from a specific area. And for the first time in the last 6 months, we have a diagnostic tool.
Okay.
And that diagnostic tool then gets the product owners to actually focus on what the points, places that they need to go and fix. Where previously, if you're looking at millions of data points, it's going to give you high level. It's going to say, okay, they're upset with payments, or they, one of the areas. Now we go, what about that is not working? And it's very, very powerful. And Blessing will give us some of the stats now on how we've increased the sentiment through using the product health tool, and then how the product owners and developers take that into the everyday work. So I think I just want to say that listening to clients is not a month-on-month thing for us. It's an everyday thing. It's what drives our business, and it's embedded in how we actually do anything at Capitec. Yeah.
And I think I'll pick up on that. I think the word that I enjoy using there is embedded. And I think it actually is inspired by our values. I think from a founding member perspective, the story goes that Capitec founding members walked the streets. They actually walked into the different neighborhoods, the townships, back in the day, 20 odd years ago, 24 years ago, to understand what actually are the needs of the client. in relation to what they need to, for their financial lives. And I think on the back of that was born our fundamentals, so affordability, simplicity, accessibility, a personal client experience. And I think on the back of that, we've always had this adage that at Capitec, if it moves, you must measure it. So when we understood that context, just by first listening to the client, then overlaying that ecosystem of our fundamentals, we then understood that there's gaps we can fulfill for them. Then we started building products from there, and we had a focus from day one. So that's where we evolved, and we find ourselves 25 years later still not giving up on that objective. So Navashnee talks about this health diagnostic tool that we've enabled across our business. In fact, each and every business and product owner have got those 24 data points that are embedded for their products across our channels. So we know exactly when a client has walked away from any of our services, what are some of the unhappy points, because we actually follow the sentiment from social media. We actually listen to the voices that have hit our business support center, our call centers, and we actually link that to the incidents that we see happening from a day to day in our systems. And then every week we sit down and we ask ourselves the question, has that sentiment shifted? And there we're able to correlate then down to exactly what the use case is. That if we made simpler, better, accessible for our clients, or more personalized for them on any channel, how we can improve that product or service. And I'm excited by the journey that we're in. And for me, I just don't want us to lose the fact that it's in the DNA of Capitec. Client, energy, and ownership. And on the basis of that, we keep evolving.
Our ethos, our DNA is embedded in client. I can't even begin. Our boardroom conversations are around client. We kick off excos with a client experience report every week. When we go down, you'll see advocacy on social media. So we will go back and we'll say, apologize, and our clients will go, Capitec, because we love you, we're going to give you a break this time. So you see the social swell of advocacy. And then in our real life, in our branches, without fail, our branch staff are identified weekly on social media throughout our reporting as delivering a great human experience.
Navashnee mentioned AI and tech, so I'm going to ask you, how do you see that shaping client and customer experience, particularly in banking?
One of the things I've often said is what we shouldn't lose in the world of AI is the reality that ultimately even AI needs to exist for the client need. And I think I'm saying what I've been saying because that consistently really drives how we approach the transformation onto AI. It's a powerful tool. I think it can really change our lives. Today in our branches, in the last 6 months, our branch teams, any of our service consultant, can ask a chatbot AI about any of our product insights. We've had 30,000 hits in the last 6 months, and that's one of the areas where we've got optimization and efficiency. But it's solving a real problem. And guess who's feeling it? The client. Because the client is standing in front of the agent saying, wow, Navashnee just mentioned a real human experience. It feels like a real human experience because it's instant, it's insightful, but you actually don't see that there's another bot AI experience augmented.
It's powered by machines, got you.
Goes back to understanding the need and the client experience and introducing technology to enable that need as opposed to the conversation is about the tech.
100%. So Navashnee, I want to close off by asking you about all the cool stuff you have in your pipeline.
Behavioral science, how we adopt that into technology. We're creating Capitec-specific behavioral science methodologies.
Thank you so much. It's such an engaging, insightful convo. I can't wait to see what you have planned.
I mean, there's so much. Space. Yeah, I think Navashnee has covered a lot of it, but I think at the center of it is how do we continue to create value for the Capitec client across what we enable in the business, across our insurance business, across our business bank business and personal banking. And then what brings it together is that amazing strategic initiatives world where we've got our telco, our value-added services, value offering, we've got our rewards platform. And I think we touched on it even, Khairi touched on it at the AGM as well, is how do we create that world where our clients can feel the Capitec service across the business. And that for me is going to be exciting.
I think the founders will say to you that they knew the clients well, they walked the streets. There's integrity, there's respect for the fellow human being, and there's a respect for our staff. And whatever we do, we base it on that.
That's right.
That you respect the client.
Brilliant. So Navashnee, Blessing, thank you so much for engaging conversation. And can't wait to see what you have in store for us.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.